Men aren't losing in marriage because they don't try hard enough. They're losing because the game is rigged. You've been told marriage is the peak of love, that it's the ultimate goal. Find the one, lock her down, and live happily ever after. But what if that's not the truth? What if modern marriage is no longer a partnership, but a contract designed to strip men of their freedom, their money, and their peace? I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm here to show you exactly why so many men end up drained, broke, and broken, and why the smartest thing you could do is to never get married at all. 1. The illusion of the dream. Picture this. You're young, in love, and convinced marriage is the ultimate goal. Everyone tells you it's the path to happiness. Movies, family, friends, all saying the same thing. Find the right woman, settle down, and you'll have it all. You imagine a partner who'll stand by you through thick and thin. But here's the part no one warns you about. The moment you sign that paper, the game changes. Fast forward. A few years in, you're drained. You're working more hours. Bills keep coming. She's scrolling through her phone while you sit next to her, invisible. Your needs pushed aside. And here's the kicker. If she's done, you can't just leave without losing half of what you've built. Once upon a time, marriage was survival. Men brought resources, women brought support. Now, men bring resources and still have to be emotional support, co-parent, house manager, handyman, while she decides how much she wants to give back. The law and culture, not in your favor. Men think they're locking in love. In reality, they're locking in an agreement where all the leverage shifts away from them. 2. The respect deficit. Men need respect like they need oxygen. Not ego, not arrogance, it's primal. Without it, a man slowly withers inside. But in too many modern marriages, respect is the first thing to vanish. It starts small. Eye rolls when you give your opinion. Sarcastic jabs disguised as jokes. Decisions made without you. Over time, the message becomes clear, your voice doesn't matter. Imagine treating your boss this way at work. You'd be fired instantly. But in marriage, it's considered normal. Society even cheers it on. TV sitcoms make the husband the bumbling fool, the punchline. The wife is the smart, capable one cleaning up his mistakes. Men absorb this programming until they stop speaking up altogether. Here's the twist. You're still expected to carry all the responsibility, bills, security, protection. But without the authority to lead, it's like being the captain of a ship with no steering wheel. A man stripped of respect loses his drive. He stops striving. And when that happens, the marriage isn't a partnership. It's a slow, daily drain on his soul. 3. The double burden. Once, marriage meant shared roles. Today, men's roles have doubled, women's have shifted. You wake up, work 8-12 hours, come home exhausted, you expect rest. Instead, you're handed a second shift, cooking, cleaning, fixing, parenting, no thanks given, no appreciation shown. In the old model, men provided. Women maintained the home and family. Both roles vital, both respected. Now men are still expected to be the provider, but also take on half or more of the domestic duties. Meanwhile, women have the freedom to prioritize their career, friends, and personal life, often without equal contribution at home. And if you point this out, you're old-fashioned or misogynistic. The cultural narrative paints male contribution as expected, female contribution as optional. The result? Men running on empty, 2 full-time jobs, no return. And slowly, resentment builds. Not because men hate helping, but because they're doing it without reciprocity, without acknowledgement, and without the balance that once made marriage worth it. 4. The bedroom shutdown. Men don't just marry for sex, but let's be honest, physical intimacy matters. It's not just about the act, it's about connection, desire, knowing you're wanted. In too many marriages, intimacy fades fast. 1 year you're passionate. A few years in, you're lucky if it happens once a month. For some couples, less than 10 times a year. That's not a marriage. That's a roommate arrangement with shared bills. And here's the cruel part. You can't get that intimacy elsewhere without being called unfaithful. You're locked into frustration, while she faces no real consequence for withdrawing affection. Men try talking about it, being more romantic, going to counseling. But often, the issue isn't communication, it's incentive. When she knows you can't easily leave, effort can fade. A man without intimacy in his marriage feels rejected at his core. It's not just physical, it's psychological. And over time, it erodes everything. Confidence, mood, even mental health. 5. The legal trap. Family law isn't built for you. In divorce, the courts overwhelmingly favor women. Custody, property, support. Even if she initiated the split, even if you were a good husband, you'll likely lose half your assets. possibly your home, and still pay monthly support. Many men end up living in small apartments while paying for the house their ex lives in. And if there are kids, child support becomes another lifelong bill, regardless of how much time you actually get with them. The system incentivizes women to leave when they're unhappy, because financially, it often benefits them. For men, leaving is financial suicide. You're not just risking heartbreak, you're risking decades of financial recovery. 6. The Authority Elimination Project culture has been on a mission to erase male authority in the home. In media, the father is incompetent. In schools, boys are told their natural instincts to lead are toxic. Marriage used to give men a say in family decisions. Now, the narrative is that the woman must be the ultimate decider on everything, from money to parenting to where the family lives. Men are still held accountable for outcomes, but stripped of the power to influence them. It's a psychological trap. You're responsible without control, and that breeds frustration, burnout, and disengagement. Without authority, you're not a partner, you're a bystander. 7. The psychological toll. Constant disrespect and lack of control aren't just unpleasant, they're destructive. Chronic disrespect can trigger depression in men, and depression isn't feeling sad, it's losing your will to live. A man who is constantly belittled, ignored, or dismissed eventually starts questioning his own worth. His energy drops, his motivation disappears. And society, it mocks him, calls him weak, or tells him to man up. There's no safe place for him to admit the truth. His marriage is slowly killing him from the inside out. 8. The financial black hole. Weddings, houses, vacations, then divorce lawyers, alimony, and child support. Marriage is one of the worst financial investments a man can make today. The return on investment? Negative. The risk? Enormous. The opportunity cost? Huge. A single man can invest in himself, his business, his health, his future. A married man is often funneling money into a system that can take half without warning. Men who avoid marriage aren't afraid of commitment. They're avoiding a contract that's financially rigged against them. 9. The child custody weapon. For fathers, divorce can mean losing daily contact with their kids. Courts usually award primary custody to mothers, even if the father is more capable. This gives women enormous leverage in marriage, the unspoken threat of taking the kids if she leaves. It's emotional blackmail at its highest level. The psychological damage to men who lose that connection is profound, and in too many cases, it's used as a bargaining chip in arguments and negotiations. 10. The smarter path. Avoiding marriage doesn't mean avoiding love. It means avoiding a system designed to take your freedom. You can have relationships, you can have companionship, you can have children, but without the legal contract, you keep your leverage. The men who thrive in today's world understand this. They build their lives on their terms. They protect their time, money, and mental health. They love, but without giving the state a legal say in their personal life. Marriage in the modern era is a high-risk, low-reward bet, and the house, the system, is betting against you. If you value your freedom, your peace, and your future, maybe the smartest move is to never sit down at that table at all. Marriage used to be a bond of mutual respect and shared roles. Now it's a system with no upside for men and every risk stacked against them. You can love, you can commit, you can build a life with someone, but you don't have to hand the system the keys to your freedom. The truth is harsh, but freeing. If you avoid the trap, you keep your time, your money, and your control. If you step in blindly, you might spend decades paying for one decision you can never take back. Your life is yours. Guard it. Because in today's world, marriage isn't the prize you've been told it is.